Welcome back, everyone. Tonight, we dive into a story of money, greed, and a curse that hides in the very heart of New York City's financial district. Wall Street is a symbol of wealth and power, but when the blood moon rises over its towering buildings, even the richest cannot buy their way out. This is Blood Moon over Wall Street. It begins with a trader named Daniel Myers. He wasn't just any trader. He was hungry, ruthless, and known for making deals that crushed his rivals. On the night of a rare blood moon, Daniel stayed late in his office overlooking the New York Stock Exchange. The streets outside were strangely empty, the usual chaos of the city silenced as if something held its breath. He noticed it first in the ticker tape, a glitch. Numbers began to crawl across the screens, not stock prices, but words. Debt must be paid. He blinked, shook his head, and laughed. Just exhaustion, he thought. But the words didn't stop. They multiplied across every monitor. Debt must be paid. Then, the floorboards creaked. The office was empty, but Daniel swore he heard footsteps approaching, slow and heavy. Daniel stepped into the hallway, where portraits of old financiers lined the walls. Tonight, under the crimson light of the blood moon streaming through tall windows, their eyes seemed to follow him. He turned a corner and froze. A man in a black suit, face pale as wax, stood at the end of the corridor. In his hand was a briefcase, dripping dark liquid onto the marble floor. When Daniel called out, the figure didn't answer, just opened the case. Inside weren't papers or money, but bones, human bones, stacked neatly like profit margins. Daniel stumbled back into his office, locking the door, but the screens now showed his own name, repeated endlessly. Daniel Myers, your debt must be paid. The blood moon's light flooded the room, turning everything red. Suddenly, the window cracked, though no stone had hit it. From the street below, Daniel saw them, hundreds of shadowy figures in suits, all looking up at him, their faces hidden in the red glow. They began to chant, voices deep and hollow, "Pay, pay, pay." The door burst open, though Daniel never heard a hand on the knob. The man with the briefcase stepped inside. His eyes were empty sockets, yet Daniel felt them burn into his soul. "Every gain," the figure rasped, "demands a loss." Daniel tried to scream, but the shadows swarmed him, dragging him toward the window. His last sight was the blood moon reflecting in the glass as he was pulled through it, shattered without a sound, falling into a sea of shadows that swallowed him whole. The next morning, his office was found empty, desk spotless, as if Daniel had never existed. But his name disappeared from every system, his accounts erased, his wealth gone. Some claim his reflection still appears in Wall Street windows on blood moon nights, his mouth open in a silent scream, forever paying the debt. So, if you ever walk Wall Street under a blood moon, look up at the skyscraper glass. If you see more faces than there should be, don't stop. Don't look back. The debt collectors may be closer than you think.